Well, thank you for reminding. Today's matches on championship number 1 are being That's NY Varsity Sports on YouTube. Just search NY Varsity Sports. Maunalani. Command is starting left with 3-10-4 please. Can I have your starting lineup? Take 3 steps forward, please. Ladies, there you go. Thank you. Starting lineup, 3 steps forward, please. Thank you very much. Ladies, go. Championship court number 1. This speaker. Double touch from Capital, California. Versus Maunalani of the League of Hawaii. This number starting lineup now. Double touch, number 1. Alex Lima. Number 7, Stephen Barbola. Number 10, Justin Fiorini. Number 13 is Lauren Morgan. Number 14, Victoria Rivera.
All right, here we go, guys. All right, as I'm doing the introductions, this is the Hawaii Convention Center. This is Honolulu, Hawaii. This is Center Court. This is NY Varsity Sports. I am Jason DeBeas, and featuring our under-18s match, we got Rise, Time to Rise. We got Tropical Touch on Center Court. This is the finalmente. This is the finals. This is the end. Let's get ready. Let's get geared. Let's get packing. Let's go. Whoops. Let's change the name. Oh, let's go. All right, here we go. Ready to rock. This is the finals. This is what we got dressed up for. So Maunalani Volleyball Club. You think of Maunalani, you think of Lily Raj Chan, number 4. Had a fantastic tournament. That's number 4 at the front, the outside hitter. And on the other side, of course, Tropical touch.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the championship match. Starting off, back to serve for Maunalani.
Number 43 to serve. That's Dazzlin Emery. That is Niragola. Tropical touch. Maunalani, here we go. That ball is out of bounds, and first point goes to Tropical touch. Once again, thank you for having me in your living room. Thank you for having me in your life. Back set, back one. Pretty good turn on that line. I like that. I like what I saw. And we're even at one apiece. Rise with a cross-court serve, 5-5. Going outside, cross-court, Doug. Looking for three. Going out to the wing, and she gets the yahoos. Number 14 to serve. It's Mia Chong, and that ball goes into the net. And we're even. Actually, the game is within one. Pretty good pass. Actually, not a good pass. Going outside, there's a tip. And man, that teardrop, you had plenty of time to dig that. This is the finals, and we will make that happen. Don't forget to smash that like button for the people tuning in. Don't forget to leave comments in the comment section. I'm definitely going to do some mispronunciations, but it's a chance to chat. And don't forget to chat, because we chat with each other in this group, okay? And we also chat with the commentators. It is a podcast and a broadcast at the same time. There's a tip. Ball's dug. Going out of the middle. Joust. Man, just absolutely patrolling at the net. Remember the number. Remember the name. That is number 17. Taylor Mamiya. Pretty good serve out of zone one. And they get the free ball they want. On the attack, looking for six. No, that ball's into the tape. Never over. Wow, pretty good serve out of zone one again. 31, and this time she put a little too much mustard on that, and that ball goes out of bounds. I do like the location, and I do like the set. It's exactly where it needs to be, and any caveat, maybe go a little higher so she can have some extension. There's the back set. Over the top. Ball's in. Doug. Set looked a little chopped, but the ref is probably going to let a couple of those go. And now the lead is 2 again. Chen to serve. Good serve out of the middle. Back set. for 18 and look out. That's Olivia Monday. The last name might be pronounced Monday, but we should call her Olivia Saturday. She's had a pretty good tournament all around. And Monday to serve. They go short, taken by the libero. Another back set. Good wind up. And wow, gotta love that swing. Alexis Sutton with the swing. I'm gonna go through my rosters for a minute, see if I can find a bigger printout. In the meantime, I'll just keep score for you guys for hanging out with me. There's a tip on two. That's an absolute whiff. That time she goes a little higher on the 31. It's a little bit of time, and it's Mia Chung on the kill. 8-5. Wow, there's a cross-court shot. That ball's dug. And a little bit of a trap set. Moving on, 6-9. Number 22. It's Madison Arakaki to serve, and outside swing, chip off the block, and a pretty decent IQ. I like that. Reads the defense, sees a little bit of hole and spread in the block, and does just enough to get her touch and a side out. That's number 15. That's Devin Catatan. There's a back sit in the middle, and there's a trap and a little bit of ping pong ball, and referee calling 2 contacts, and I think that's correct. That's on the same player. A little bit of a juggling act. Blessing, Fiolahu to serve. He's a chip off the block and reaching double digits first. His team I just spelled all of them wrong. If I get a roster, I'm going to correct that spelling, guys, right away. Maunalani. Wow, there's the tip. 10. There you go. That's a fix right there. Sorry about the spelling on that one for everyone that just tuned in. So I got 10-10. Got a real point there, and going back to Chan, and Chan hits that ball across court. Sorry, some technical issues in regards to charging material. Some of the cameras had a little bit of shaking issue because got a little crowd back here, and I was just trying to grab a still shot. We're back, and left shoulder serve, and man, that happens. That serve to space was pretty gnarly, and now the lead is 3. Short serve coming out. It's 31 that gets blocked. Very good defense. Shot to position 1. Transition outside looking for 17. Wow, that was easy as pie. Single pick out of the middle, and Libero really playing her base 2 spot, but sometimes when it's one-on-one, you got to move. You got to make a decision to either A, keep that spot, or move in and take that dig and give up your original spot. Leaving?
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Wow, just like that. 5-point run, and don't know if the coach has a timeout left in the chamber, doing a little maintenance, and I do know he used one. Fix the spelling. Thanks for the comment in the comment section. There's a sneak shot by Chan, and Chan stops the bleeding, at least for now. And the damage is done. It's 18-14. It's the first set. Would you want to jump in? I'm going to cue up your volume for you. I can't get no satisfaction. I'm now being joined by Coach Leon Blazer from the Houston Stars.
All right.
Welcome aboard, my brother.
What's up, my man?
How's your sound?
I can hear you just fine. Better than on an airplane.
It's now 19:15, and this is the finals.
16s, right?
I believe so, yeah. According to Coach Kamalu Whitaker. I didn't have a roster. I had a naked roster for Tropical Touch, so we're going to figure that out as we go. But I certainly see why they are in the finals. They are a very patient team. They're certainly not the one to make the first mistake, and they pick their shots where they can. Look at this.
I think that's what happens a lot is like you come into the big team, you start banging away at it, and all of a sudden it's like dig, they get it back over. They dig, they get it back over. And by the third or fourth time, your hitters get wore out. It's a patience game, and good defensive teams will just wear you out by just dig, and force you into the mistakes. So
100%. We have Lily Raj Chen at the service line, and she's been kind of the rock star hitter of the entire tournament. Certainly the last set, really pulled it out in the third set to get to this finals match. And once again, another good shot, and that is in. She made an intelligent decision to play it. And wow, there's the ball drop, and now the score is 20-15.
The interesting thing there, good coaching, how the players handle things that aren't in perfect situations, So we're a little out of system. Does the kid freak out with it, or do they make a smart play? It's always good to see coaches and players that do the right thing at the right time.
100%, and man, right on cue. And this is one of those things where you kind of got them on the ropes. You really don't need to. I don't know. That was more of a careless version of a serve as opposed to a competitive miss.
Yes.
But the net result is the same. Don't let them off the hook.
Yeah.
Sanoe with the serve. Maunalani Frank. That's the libero playing position 5. Going to the outside and just
the
scraped
ceiling gave it back. Yeah. Ceiling saved you a little bit. You got to keep that one alive.
Agreed. The ceiling makes amateurs of us all.
That's right.
Doesn't it?
We had a gym over there in Houston where the ceiling had to be like 23 feet. So I would practice. Our home field advantage was me throwing balls in practice to the ceiling as hard as I could and playing it out of the ceiling. So, we'd always call it the ceiling point when our opponents would lose on the ceiling point.
Maunalani Frank to serve. This one goes short, hits the tape, and gets the bounce, and how fate determines it.
We'll take those anytime we can, especially on a close game at the end.
Yeah, some call it luck, but I contend by saying luck is the residue of design, as the lead is now 1 again. Maunalani Frank back, and will she get another one? No. You think she hears us? She's like, I try that one
said
again.
I will give you 1, not 2.
That's right. All right, going back to serve number 10, it's Blessing. Wow.
How's the pronunciations coming out with this?
Let me tell you something. The audience in the comment section has given me a forgiving education, and in return for my audience, if you ever go to New York, I'll help you with the Italian names.
That's right.
Sounds like a deal, right?
That's right. You got to give them your last name too.
Wow, and that ball's drilled into the tape. That's number 43, Dazzlin Emery, Niravoa.
I don't think line is a bad decision, but the ball's got to be in the right position to take a line shot there too. So you push that outside the antenna, you got to make a small adjustment there.
Wow, there's the right side swing.
Oh, that's a right idea.
Yeah, and that's pretty good whip.
Be out ball, but yeah.
That's Alexis Sutton. She's another one that's had a fantastic tournament, and timeout is called, and timeout is everything. And Coach Jo and I had a conversation about timeouts in like Hawaii and how they've been functioning. I'm just going to say, don't believe in timeout. They just don't.
I don't think I've seen a single one.
No. Yesterday, I watched 16s play the 18s for H&O Hawaii Next Level. And both teams, the entire tournament, have called a combined 1 timeout. The entire tournament.
What do you think about that?
I think that
you're a coach.
Jason had the rationalization of allowing players to work it out and sweat it out. But to me, I see something different.
Yes.
I'm taught because I'm from I cut my teeth in Europe.
Yeah.
You give up 3 points in a row, it's an automatic timeout. So it's in my DNA. And I will land by saying this: you almost never regret calling a timeout, but at the same time, always regret not calling it.
Yeah. I think so, and I've seen teams third set, important set, and not not performing well and the team loses it, and you look back like you got 2 timeouts on the table. Like,
Right.
hey man, it matters. I call the timeout at 1-0. It's like call the timeout when you got something you need to say that's going to help your team.
Agreed.
You see something early, but I mean that's just
Well, there's some timeouts where I'll just call a timeout and I'll do this.
Yeah, right.
And that means I'm still on the bench. You guys circle up, because sometimes the other team calls timeout, right? And you don't have anything to say either.
Yeah.
So.
And there's times the team is in good sync with their coach. It's like I call a timeout. I don't have to say it because they know what needs to be said. Right. And sometimes it's just that self-focus amongst the team. And sometimes as a coach, I'm like, hey, man, they're tipping into 4. I need you to get up in there behind the block and help out with that,
Well, the aloha spirit is also like the fighting spirit. So
Yes.
Timeouts are just allowing them to fight through it. No one's going to fight for you. You have, I'm not going to take you out. You're going to have to figure this out, right?
Right.
But also there's an ego identity that comes into it where, like, if you call a timeout, it's like giving the other coach a small victory in the long war, right?
And then the other team gets their TO cheer and all that.
Yeah.
Get them
And
fired
sometimes it's eye contact with the other coach. Like, he's looking at you like, you're going to call it or not. And you're just like, I don't want to give that guy the satisfaction. And we have set point opportunity number 1 for Tropical Touch, who, again, has been playing very patient volleyball. Not the most exotic or like catch can volleyball, just meat and potatoes, good, decent passes, decent sets, decent hits.
Very minimal enforced errors.
Yeah. And they're at the
then
end.
finish it with a big block.
Why not?
It's exciting.
That's number 14, Victoria Rosier. So took a picture of Tropical Touch's roster, and I got one. You got the written version,
Got the whole lineup there.
And this is Maunalani. I got numerous texts. Wait a second. Why does it say Maunalani? No, Lani. That's it. Perfect. That's it. I got it. No, because I got it spelled wrong on a heading, and someone sent me a message, and here we are. And again, for those of you in the comment section, don't forget to smash that like button. It helps in the with the algorithm. I got these little pins. I guess that's also a traditional thing, but for
It's
now,
been happening
these
more and
off.
more. Yeah.
Yeah. And I took off my Yankee hat, got the little Aloha hat, which is why I have the
You
picture.
have to.
The Aloha is actually real volleyball leather
I heard
from a
about that.
volleyball, and the hats, they're actually, a lot of the vendors are closed, but this one's still open.
I got to get over there before the end.
Yeah, so how you enjoying your time out here? You kind of feel the spirit, just kind of being laid back and.
Yeah, I think just talking about looking for good ways to finish out a season. So if you have teams that are not going on to the USA National Tournament, maybe they don't want to do Orlando for the nth time in a row. This is a great opportunity. I mean, Jason's done a great job putting this tournament together. The vibe is great. The opening ceremonies. I mean, that's what you look for. I mean, there's 100 convention centers across the country with plastic court tiles. I mean, you can go anywhere, but to come here and get that island experience. Take a couple extra days at the end of it and go out and see what Hawaii has to offer. I mean, it's just a great.
I also want to commend them on their tiles. Like most of the tournaments we go to, it is slippery. You can figure skate on that. And you got kids inside the bathroom with like toothbrushes or whatever, like rags that's drying the heck out of their rubber soles. And you've been coaching out here, and it's been really no dialogue about slippery floors. It's actually been pretty good.
Yeah. Great tournament. I mean, the staff's been great, officiating. So, I mean, that's what we look for. You come in, run by competent people, and just great experience. Our kids have loved it. Coaches have had a great experience. So this has been. We will be back for sure.
Oh, and by the way, these people can ball out here.
Yeah,
we got some real ballers, and that's coming from you and me, where we got regions where the female players are savages. Like right now, the Midwest is ruling the NCAA. And, of course, the West Coast quantitatively are going to have good players because the more players you have, the more of a chance you're going to have good ones, right? So, but this is a family-style thing, a little rainbow spirit.
Right.
And here we are.
He said some teams coming in from the mainland. He said he's got a good number coming in. They're flying in, not just teams from Hawaii. And so that's what you want to see, too, is like being able to play with and against teams that, we don't normally see. So who do we got back here?
Oh, you got Photobomb, one of your players.
Oh, yeah.
Just jumped in the middle of there. As we begin the second set, we're going back. And there's the back one, pretty much how the first set started. And block and not covered. Striking first blood is Rise.
There we go.
So you're my color man. I'm gonna punt the analytic. I'm gonna call balls and strikes, and you're gonna break. I'm gonna punt the analytical to the expert. That is you, Mr. Blazer. For those of you that just joined us, I'm Jason DeVis, along with Leon Blazer from the Houston Stars, and this is the finals for the 16s for the Hawaii Festival. And the score, I got one job to do, just the one is one apiece. Magua to serve. Okay pass by number 43, Daslin Emery, and
that's the right idea on that set. What you see is the setter taking, putting that little extra energy into that ball, putting it all the way out to that antenna for the outside hitter. So she's got lots of options right there. Just went a little bit wide with it out of bounds.
Serve out of zone 6. Outside set back to Chan, and Chan gets blocked. Will they go back to her? No, taking it on 2. Look like the setter. Outside set, transition. And you know that ball's out, but that outside hitter, and I'm going to get her name in a minute, has been extremely balanced the entire tournament. That's number 15.
You know, and there's out on a good decision and out on a bad. That's a good decision for her to go down the line. Nice little roll shot. Just went a little bit long with it. But I tell players like, hey, that's an in ball. It just a little bit long, or that's a kill, just a little bit long. You know. So I like what you're thinking there, but. Let's find the inside of the lines.
Absolutely. Well, sometimes you catch people in rotation defense, right? When you think of rotation defense, you think center back got to cover that. And if you zip it fast enough, you hit the spaces fast enough, they're not always there, right?
One thing, coming from the West Coast, I mean, there wasn't a lot of rotational defense that I saw. I got to Texas, and that was like everybody was doing rotation defense. So it's kind of different how the different areas of the country play different ball.
It's true. And similarly on the East Coast, if you see Penn State, right, the reigning champs, they're all about that base. No trouble. Middle set, that's a high
two guys
set.
that sing bass on the microphone.
Outside set, and there's the U. She got a touch.
Yeah,
and I guess not. No complaints. I guess I'm seeing things, and
she's going to hold that poker face. We're not going to let the ref see me. If I did touch it, you're not going to know.
Lily Raj Chan to serve. Chan with position 6 serve, and wow, nice turn down the line.
That's great, especially that sets a little bit on the inside, so the natural tendency of a player is going to be to go cross court with that. But there's a big double block cross court. She saw that, pushed it down the line. That was a nice swing.
That was Olivia Monday. Again, had a very good, pretty good tournament all day. We should call her Olivia Saturday, not Monday.
That's right.
Here's the back set. Sutton goes cross court, and I don't know, maybe a little bit of an overswing on that.
A little bit of an overswing. I think an overswing based on the set. She's going to probably want to talk to the setter, say, get it up to me a little bit. You know, my arm's up here, not down there. And especially when you got a smaller block on the other side of you. Give it to her again. Okay.
Oh, no, the Chan. I love the set selection on that, Coach.
I do, yeah. The tendencies, you feel like it's going to go back to that hitter, and I feel like the defense kind of played like that. And then get it out to your outside. She makes a great swing on that.
Right. For those of you watching at home, thank you for forgiving the one job. Look, I'm going to mess up last names, right? I'm going to say some crazy stuff, but the least I can do is keep score correctly. Come on. Just the one.
Well, we don't have parents on the sideline who yell at score at us and keep us in line, you know?
Oh, man. The West Coast is terrible with that. They're like 90s rappers yelling.
I haven't seen a lot of that here either, you know? Parents are just like, it's okay.
It's the middle set. A little late on that. A little push one, transition.
Nice, get back to that right side and knows what she's doing.
And Monday, there goes Monday again.
Monday, she's ready for it. Monday's ready for tool time anytime.
That's what I'm saying. We got to call her Olivia Saturday.
Yeah. We're going to call you, we got to call you Point because you missed another one.
Olivia Monday to serve.
What's she going to do with this one?
She's going
down
to
the heart of it.
Straight down the 6, and that's a pretty easy pass for number 99, Bryn. Dig, transition, looking for 7. Nope, deflected. Outside set again, and there we go with the coverage. And you know what? That was what I was talking about with the patience of this team. You know, they extend these rallies, they keep covering until they find a kill they like, and they didn't get it this time. But doing some really good things.
They're playing that ball against the biggest block they have on on the other side. You know, you got to kind of work that ball around, get it to a deep corner, give your defense a chance to reset. But if you're playing against a blocker a foot bigger than you, you're going to lose that one most of the time.
Madison Arakaki to serve. And, oh, man, felt a little bit rushed, right? The whistle's blown, and she served like she had somewhere to go on that one.
It's one of those things when you get back behind the serve line, you know, one of my mentors, Bill Neville, always said you got part of your routine to serve is to take a big, deep breath, slow it down. You got 8 seconds. You don't need to rush it back there, especially when you're going back there from the front of the line or coming off the bench. Get back there, get into the moment, make a great serve.
Yep. And it also seems that Tropical is giving them the ball back, and as far as serves are concerned, net violation for net.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
It's an okay pass, outside set, and Devin drops that again. Teardrop down the middle for the 2-point
roll
lead.
shot there, yeah. All that little campfire there. A lot of the balls you can get there in that middle. You leave a little campfire, and everybody's sitting around it. Nobody wants to touch the fire.
Campfire defense, ladies and gents. This is going to zone 1 this time.
When we push it, you bet we can.
Going outside, that's 99, Bryn. Transition, Devin, not yet. Oh, overpass and batting cleanup on that is number 14, Victoria Roussier. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Another serve to zone 1. They trail by 3 and wouldn't say no to a timeout on this. And yep, right on cue. The man can read minds.
Yeah, once again. Is that the 4th timeout of the weekend?
Very interested to see what he's saying on this. In fact, I got another camera. I'm going to zoom in.
You got the special microphone on that one?
No mic, but I'm a good lip reader. Watch this. You got to think about what you have for breakfast, okay?
Yeah.
You have breakfast, the right breakfast. They can't
you got
see
the whipped
you.
cream on the face from the pancakes, the 5-pound stack of pancakes.
They can't see you. He says, I promise you, there will be no trip home. You will be driving home by yourselves.
No dessert for the rest of your life.
Do you want to hitchhike tonight? Huh?
That's
Answer my question. Do you want
team
to
bus
hitchhike
will leave
tonight?
without you.
Hey,
You'll be
Jason
on the
DeBeas,
sideline.
Leon Blazer, we are the ultimate lip readers as we go back to the game. Do what we do a little bit better and call the match.
What's the baseball count? They're going to give them a run for their money.
Yep. Man, any lip reader would frown at me right now as the lead is now 4.
Nice clean pass.
Yeah, beautiful clean pass. And there's that back one. They do like that. And I don't think she should be playing games with the tip on that one.
Exactly what it is. You get a little too fancy with this sometimes. Sometimes you're like, if the play is working, you just got to put the ball over and let the essence of the play do the work for you. You know, it doesn't have to get tricky.
Chong's got a cheering section, and let's hope that the next time she gets set, she'll save the tips for the waiters. And there's the on-2. Wow. That was disguised, Coach.
I don't even know if her own team was ready for that. They're taking her out now.
You've been tagged by your players. This is what we do.
Okay.
They do. Yeah.
This was a good one. Sweet serve. And they got candy little charms on there and everything.
12-6, and man, they're up against it. Sorry, I gotta fix that just to bring people up to speed. There we go.
Yeah, it kind of makes some interesting decisions here.
And I don't know. He's trying to mix it up. I don't know if you noticed. He's bringing in subs to try to slow down the game, but the subs are coming in and out so fast. Yep. I think he might have to stop him and say, "Hey, do I have to untie your shoe to for you to get the point? Right? We need a moment."
My coach did that on the last game, and I'm watching. She's yelling at her player. I'm like, "Why are you bending down, touching her shoelace?" I'm trying to get her to tie her shoe. I was like, I've never actually coached that before.
As we go position 5, we got a free ball situation on the attack. They go to the middle, gets dug. Back to the middle. There's a trap. Deep position 1. Did they go outside to Devin? Yes, they do. And Devin goes cross court. Whoa! Man, we thought she had that for a hot second. But back to the shoelace thing. It's one of those things where they're tying their shoelace and the referee gives you this look like it's an inside joke. It's like, I know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. But by the 7th time, they got to just start calling delay a game.
No, but you're allowed the 1. They got to give you your mulligan. The 1.
Right.
But
then some kids are
It's a hook line shot. Beautiful. That's number 14, Victoria Roussier again. And the lead is now doubled again. Leading by 7 in a set, leading 1-0 in the match. It's Tropical Touch.
You got to feel good about that.
A little bit of a J-hook pass, and
There
finally set Chan, and she hasn't gotten any in a minute.
Yeah.
And transition, and what did I tell you about Devin?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
What we like to see is like when the hitter's on, what's that setter going to do? It's going to keep feeding the beast until the other team can find a way to slow it down. You just kind of keep giving it to them.
Yep. Devin Kajitan. Oh, wow, there's a sneak in.
Oh, and are we
alive? Yes, we are alive.
Yes.
That's a great non-call by the ref.
Get that.
And they botched it.
Tell you what.
They wanted to carry on that, but that was actually a double fist, hands apart, which under the rules of volleyball, we're going to dismiss the myth. It's legal.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
They've allowed a whole lot more of that, you know.
Out of bounds, look out, right into our living room.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of equipment back here, and it missed every piece
I
of
know.
it.
And volleyball players are usually more accurate than that. Educating the masses at home. 3 things get hit in the tournament, okay? Starbucks coffee cups, cell phones, and 11-year-old little girls. Those are the guaranteed 3 that get hit.
And then grandma with the reading glasses on every once in a while.
Nobody hits grandma, though.
I've seen a couple.
Going out of the pipe, and I do like that set selection. And back set, back to Devin, who has been automatic. Finally gets dug. They go to Chan. Chan gets dug. Who's going to blink? Oh, the referee blows the whistle, and I'm very interested to see what the call is, and she didn't tell us what the call was.
None of the blockers are shaking their heads, so that means somebody's feeling a little guilty
Absolutely.
today.
Yeah, the cat who swallowed the canary on that one, right? Number 11 to serve, that is Alea Wilson. She goes jump float, goes to position 6.
That's a nice move.
Pretty good pass. Outside set. And that is Monday gets blocked but covered. Will they go back to Chan? Chan going into the middle, getting touch blocked. Back to Devin. Devin line over. Balance. Back to Chan. Will she put it away? No, she can't.
You get to that point where your team's struggling to catch up, and it just puts a lot of pressure on that swing. And, you're trying to do a little bit too much with it.
And I think it's because the previous 2, she was going 6, right? Middle 6.
Yep.
And then felt like she had to put a little bit more in that. You really don't.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You get dug a couple times, it gets in your head, and you're like, what more do I have to do to get this point? Sometimes you do a little too much.
Yeah, they're up against it right now.
If you're Tropical, you got Monday there on the right side, ready to do a little more damage. You definitely want your servers to be getting it in at this point.
Yes. And you know what? I dodged so many bullets right now as far as equipment. First of all, this camera shot, it would take someone from the men's team to hit that. So the camera that everyone's looking at, the single camera shot you're seeing, we're good to go. Just the coach's cam and the zoom-ins are in a little bit of danger. And on 2 occasions, the laptop got shut and the live stream got interrupted, which I had to just
How many bags you got to pack to get all this out here?
I put the tripods in a golf bag, which upset TSA. They're like, no, you're supposed to have golf clubs. And I'm like, says
golf
who?
bags are free or something on, like, it doesn't count for one of your checks bags or something like that.
Oh,
Hockey sticks. Yeah.
That's why they were crabbing at me like Chewbacca. Okay. There's a net violation, and the hits just keep on coming.
Yeah, Tropical, you're gonna like the position over here.
Yeah, Maunalani checking all the boxes on all the worst things that can happen. And ideally, you really want that to happen the first set, right? This way you can tell your team, you can say, hey, we got them right where we want them. We don't have to worry about making all those mistakes because they already happened.
The pressure's definitely on the team trying to come back. I mean, they're taking their victory photos over there already. They're rocking and rolling. You got the wave going on.
I'm so sorry, guys. They were taking their victory picture. The game's not even over. What next? The coach gets a Gatorade bath? Is that what comes next?
You got to check the court schedule. I don't know if the cleanup crew is ready for that one.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, the winning team, what, they get to be in a parade?
Nothing to see here, people. You were faced on us when that happened. I promise you.
This ain't the prettiest thing out here right now, but we'll smile when we can. So a big winning team gets to be on a parade and everything? Is that what I hear?
Yeah, can do some floats.
That's pretty
They got
exciting stuff.
hey, guess what? They got an NY Varsity Sports Flip.
Yeah, I got to see
man.
that, man.
Me too. I believe it when I see
tossing,
it.
You tossing some candy off that thing?
No. Jason Olive is just a brother from another
That
mother,
looks
and
like
that
a
ball
very-
is in.
Yep.
And I thought that was a very good call. And sometimes, like all indications, if you see that ball sail, it looks like it's going out right.
Yeah, the defense thinks it. Everybody thinks it. Yeah, and then it just the right spin on it.
Even the hitter, thinks it.
They're like those big, deep float serves where it's just hovering in the stratosphere and everybody thinks out, and then it just stops, just parks itself right on that back line.
So let's talk shot. We're doing
Tell
coaches' tips, all right?
Yeah.
We're in a situation you're down 1-0, you're down 19-11. We have a pretty big sample size of a strategic. The floor is yours. Go.
Yeah, I think when you're on the down team, I mean, you got to be talking to your team about just keeping cool, keeping calm. Like closing that gap doesn't happen. You're down by 10 points. It doesn't happen in a 10-point swing. There's no swing that takes 10 points. But what you got to do is you got to make sure that every server that you're 2, 3, or 4 points before you give that ball up. And you just, I'm trying to think of it was, one of my mentors was saying, you don't chop down a tree with one swing of the axe. It's just lots of calculated attacks. And so you're just trying to, you got a couple points here. That's where you're going to see a little bit of pressure going on to Tropical over there. So if you're Rise, you're just like, we got to just keep that pressure on. No missed serves right now, but just playing good volleyball, find our hot hitter, and just, everybody's got their part in that. So it'll be interesting to see if they can kind of keep that pressure going. Man, to come out with a short serve on that is aggressive. Nice. But
wow,
what are they going to do? They're going to get into Monday's hands and say, yeah, enough with this. We're gonna.
Monday has been the one restoring order. Every time it seems like the other team scores points, you just set that right side ball to her, and Monday is doing Saturday things.
That's
again.
Right.
Yep.
That's right. She's there on the last day, just like she was on the first day. And
I like what you said. Let's get a couple of tough serves, right? Somewhere in between that's not too over the top. Maybe not work position 6 so much, but get a dig, get a touch block, and then maybe make this 20-15 or something. And let's scratch that. Make this 21-16, and then see where you can go.
But yeah, I mean, you think about it. I mean, every point, whether it goes one, that's like a 2-point swing in a lot of ways. And you kind of just fight for those every little points. Getting a little too excited over there. Yellow card delay of game. Too much excitement on Team Tropical. That's okay.
For those of you guys worried about yellow cards, that's I don't know. You just get chewed out. I've been chewed out before. You've been chewed out? Yeah. It's nothing.
I've asked the refs to sign my yellow cards a couple times. So.
I was like the movie Inglourious Bastards where the German guy was like, "You will be taken out and shot." He goes, "Nah, I'll just get chewed out."
Yeah. Those are my options.
Well, I'm ex-military, so it's totally wrong with me. Yep. You get one from your motor sergeant or someone.
Yeah.
There's an outside set and shot to the middle, transition.
Aggressive.
Oh,
that's it.
But great job batting cleanup on that, huh? Number 14. That's Victoria Garcia.
Yeah. That's good. She's in a ready position as a blocker. That's what you want. Like, don't get distracted with, everything going on. Stay there ready to block. So when that ball's on top of the net, you can go down there. A little happy birthday, as they call it.
But let's get a dig, get a touch block, maybe make this 22-19.
That's a nice aggressive serve. Oh, get in there.
Oh, now, I appreciate 99 David for that ball, but you have an army of people next to it who were kind of, I don't know. Do you think they were just mentally frozen? Like physically, you want to tell you tell your body to move, but then your brain's like, nah, I'm good.
I think sometimes kids get caught into a process because even 99 is moving over to the right, so they're kind of like basically they're trying to determine, okay, when the ball gets set based on this, I got to go do this, and you kind of like paralysis of analysis. You're overthinking everything you got to do after the ball gets set. Well, then all of a sudden they set the middle quick, and you're still moving. You got to be stopped. You got to be stopped on defense so you can make that move forward. But if you're stopped on the back of your heels, there's nothing you can do to hit that.
Right.
Get back in there.
And again, we have a situation where brings new meaning to the term fast closing window. It's almost shut from a realistic point of view, but from a speculative thing, like I would love to see maybe 19, maybe get 3 in a row, 18, see what happens, stir the pot.
See if Tropical will call a timeout, their first timeout of the year.
That's a pretty good serve between 6 and 1, and
right
again, there she goes. She's balanced, going to the outside. Cross-court shot, Doug. Will she clean up again? Yes, she does. Yeah. And like you said, blocking position and always being ready.
Always may not, it's those middle blockers, I mean, if they're not getting settled out, they don't have that swing figured out just yet. I'm not saying that's the case, but it's like learn blocking first. Learn the ability to be a presence up there. Make the team have to think about getting around you.
That was Bryn Kelly Homalu on the outside swing.
Where are we going here? Middle.
Teardrop and no, I think the ref blew the whistle and yep, that wasn't a pancake. That was a Belgian waffle.
I tell you, yeah, he was in the right spot. She saw that, got over there. Just fortunately for her didn't get the hand right under the ball there between the ball and the court.
And sometimes that's more about read dig, and sometimes you just can't see it because the block is so high, right? And then there's that. Oh,
I remember for a long time, like, man, practices, they were saying, get out there, practice that pancake. And we're spending all this time practicing that pancake. And then you learn it's just one of those things. Just kids just react to that ball and put their hand under there, and kind of determine it wasn't worth spending all that time trying to train that up. And we got some aerial coverage going on over here. You see the drone flying up there?
Drone's been instrumental. I think the next time we do this, I'd like to use the drone as one of my cameras. This is a 4-camera switcher.
Okay.
And like I would have been using all of these cameras with volunteers.
Is everything plugged into that switcher? So you'd have to get like a receiver device for a drone, and then
all of the drones have receivers anyway. But I don't know if it's like an HDMI or an USB thing.
Oh, okay.
But if it's like a USB receiver, I plug it into this, and we're good. We're ready. We're ready to go.
Yeah. That'd be a new perspective. I mean, I've seen it in a couple of facilities, but that's what makes the NFL so exciting. You're sitting there, you're right in Drew Brees' face. That's that aerial coverage technology that makes the game a lot of fun. Yeah, let's wait for the camera.
That's right.
They are looking at
match
us, right?
point opportunity. I guarantee. Look at
we do not need to know about volleyball. We're going to look at this broadcast.
Yeah, that is a stalker right there. Match point opportunity number 2, and there's a free ball situation. Setters out.
You go to your outside. Big swing here. Ooh.
Oh, man. There's a middle swing. I'll tell you who is swinging.
Staying alive. We're staying alive. We're going to do it again. Probably
coming on the outside. No, back
here.
To the middle. Blocked. Got it. And now you see the level of urgency that we didn't see earlier.
Right. You said 19. Up at 19 now. I mean, that's not 19-24. There's no guarantees there.
So many similar situations in my coaching memory, and I'm sure yours. Just being on the other end of someone's Cinderella story.
Oh man.
Match point opportunity number 3. There's the dig. Libero knows she's got to go. They had Sutton at the oppo.
We're gonna make it tight.
Going out? No, they're not going outside. They insist that the middle finishes, and she's gotten four attempts.
Make a smart play here. All right, we're gonna keep alive. This will go to the outside.
Yeah, going to Devin, and Devin's been the one getting the kills, and now she gotten blocked. Breaking, calling the action, and
not wanting to let this thing go easy. Big swing.
Back to Chan Chan.
Yeah.
Gets dug. Tight set. Clean up.
There we go.
Wow.
All right.
Something. Everyone held their breath and looked at the ref.
To see if he's going to call that net there. Oh, now we got the timeout. So this timeout here is going to be one of those like where you sit there and you talk to them and you're saying, hey man, this game goes to 25. It doesn't go to 24. We got to finish this. We got to get out there. We got to be aggressive.
There he is.
There we go.
No, and it's like you said, sometimes you have something to say to the team, sometimes you don't, right? Coach is not in the huddle and look at allowing the players to work that out. Except
chipping out a little, probably talking to the setter a little bit. That's who I'd be talking to a lot right now. Hey, who are you thinking right now? Where do you think you want to set? Set up that play, and I don't think they're going to come out and do something tricky or complicated. It's just you just got to keep getting the ball in the right person, the right hands. Finish this thing out.
Yeah, so next broadcast, all I need are 2 volunteers. 4-camera switcher. I have a green screen so you could see the scoreboard on all the cameras.
So what's up there on the iPad?
That's a score cam.
Oh, okay.
Scoreboard remote. Score cam. This is the scoreboard remote control, and there's a tip, and wow, there's a touch, and ooh, you're gonna call double hit on match point. Oh, no. You can't do that, ref.
Ooh, that's
and
tough.
Match is over.
You think after
it's the right call, but it's something they teach you in ref school not to do. She's not wrong.
Especially, and it's like kind of they're really doing away with the doubles as you see a lot lately. Is like that double's going away, and you go a whole week and not see a single one called. You hate seeing it called on that very last play.
Yeah,
and I agree.
Again,
the right call.
We don't disagree that it was a wrong call. The double's a double, but they teach you in referee school unless it goes right through your hands, and that was
And
as
I was thinking
close
the
as
same thing
that
with
was
the
as
down
close
ref.
to through your hands as you
Oh
can
yeah,
get,
yeah.
right?
And I think with the down ref too, that it could have been a net call earlier. You're gonna just, hey, I'm gonna let these guys. I want them to finish on their terms. But hey, great competition. Really handed to the Rise team for stepping back up, and making a match. They didn't give up. They didn't walk away from it. They were down, 8, 9 points early on. They stuck with it. So that's what you want to see is a lot of fight at the end.
And that's the Aloha spirit, man. That's
Yep.
that's every team, regardless of level, and not to mention the uncanny digging, right? Like you and I have coached a lot of teams we call scrap bats, right?
Yes, right.
Teams where people are sitting straight down and they're just digging. That's everyone out here.
I know, right?
Okay, I said I
Right.
coached a team here like that and a team there like that. Here, that's
But
a team
day
everywhere.
one, they're doing that's ball control. You talking, everybody's like, all right, I had to learn ball control. They don't struggle with ball control. It's just sometimes finding that kid that can, put a ball away. And so this has been fun. This has been good. Looking forward to next year. And I guess they got closing ceremonies going on tomorrow. So great job by the tournament to make it special for the athletes, for the for the coaches and everything. So
yeah. And I'm glad to have you here. Glad that we
I'm glad I got to meet you face to face,
I was
man.
going to say we
All these
podcast
times,
before.
that's right.
And,
We have podcasted. We communicate on all things life, love, sports, volleyball, and politics. You name it,
and we
got something to say. So
and there is the 3 degrees of separation that was Eric Anderson, and
Right.
Eric Anderson knows Jason, and Jason knows me.
Yeah.
That made all just this brilliant meeting of the minds that people who make the promise of growing the game and spend all the rest of their time outside of that promise showing it, right? Because there are a lot of people that are doing it by symbolism, and they're not really doing it. In fact, you and I can make an argument that there's some people doing the opposite. They're saying grow the game, but not really just for us,
You can say it all day long, but what are you doing to actually show it? And I mean, I love when you see a kid that, when they get done playing, like we do a lot of adult programs at our gym, and they're coming in like on every Monday, Wednesday, coming at 9 p.m. They play till 4 a.m. It's kids in their 20s or 30s, and it's like that love of the game that's like a lifelong love.
Right.
Because we're not jumping and swinging like we used to, maybe, but we got to be around the game. This is a sport we grew up loving.
I got invited to play at nationals, and first thing I did was hired Ashley to coach me. I wanted watch my steps. I wanted to have a gym, take 100 approaches.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a setter, but I knew if I could approach and swing, that I'm dynamic enough to set. So she just set me 100 balls, just gave me some tips about my pivot foot, because I'm left-handed, hitting left side or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And I actually took 100 balls, no problem. And I was ready to go, and then the trips happened. Maui, I took a trip to Maui. That was my wife's birthday. The Harvard reunion, 25th reunion, happened the same time as nationals, and that's a big milestone for Harvard University. And as soon as I landed, I had a one-day turnaround to come here, Honolulu, Hawaii. And when I get back, I'm going to Wisconsin.
It's nice.
And then when I get back from that, I'm going to New York for not for the AVP, but at the same time as the AVP.
Right.
It's my birthday, and no. My birthday's the 26th, but you'll love this, and I'd like to finish by saying this. My wife is going climbing Whitney. She got her application approval to climb Mount Whitney.
Really?
And she has to leave on my birthday. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to New York the week before. And everybody's like, oh, wow, Jason's going to New York for the AVP. And I'm like, sure.
Yeah, right. That'll probably be happening. It's just, New York's a great place.
Yeah.
Had a chance to go there for League Apps, where we do our administrative back-end registration system. Yeah, so they do a great sports conference and they're bringing a lot of great people. But did that one year, and then the next year I'm like, I'm going to do this, but once it's done, I'm bringing the family up. Because New York is just an awesome place to be, man.
And also, lastly, before you leave, New York in the summertime is really nice in the sense that a summer stage is free. Yes. So one night you could have the Eagles, and the next night Jay-Z, and the tickets are first come, first serve. Shakespeare in the Park is free. And we have Shakespeare in the Park in L.A. Yeah. LA is not New York as far as Shakespeare is concerned. Okay, my first Shakespeare in the Park, Denzel Washington played Richard III. Okay,
oh my goodness,
And the last production I saw was Chekhov. When even Shakespeare was The Seagull, and Meryl Streep played Arcadina. Kevin Kline played Constantine 18,
Right.
and Christopher Walken played Soren.
Golly.
You don't. I mean,
You just don't get to see it. You don't get to see
No.
that like up front and face to face like that. I
Right.
mean, I'm from Seattle originally, and that same thing. Summer times, there's 3 months of the year that is the best place on earth.
Yes.
But it's pretty rainy and gloomy the rest of the time. So I find myself in Houston, a whole lot of sunshine.
Ooh, a
And
lot of
just,
hoodwinks for timeshares.
There's a lot of humidity, but I love Texas, man. It's just it's a cool place, a cool vibe. You've got everything,
Yep.
every person, every color and creed out there, and it's a lot. It's just a cool place to be. So
You know, it's weird. The gym's getting a lot of emptier with jerseys, but still packed with family and friends.
That's right.
So I might have one more after this. I see some activity of 4 teams playing, which might suggest a semifinal. So
it might set up this
if I'm back in 15 minutes, you might see a finals. I see next level still here.
Well, they swung the men over right away when that
Right.
finals happened. Kind
Oh,
of
that was
said,
great.
"Here's your rosters. Let's get to work, buddy."
Which is what they did here.
That's
So, guys,
right,
everyone in the comment section who stuck around and listened to this post chat, I really appreciate it. Molly Bree says, "Way to fight back." I see, Jay says, "Game time," and yay, tropical touch. Chong
Yes.
14, I see it all. And usually,
Love having the support.
hey, so guys, stay with my future broadcasts. It'll be
Absolutely.
predominantly beach volleyball. So what I do is I go to the comment section during the technical timeouts. I'm going to be in Seaside emceeing.
Okay.
Contract got approved there, so
Sweet.
I'm going to be on the stage with Dave Shaw.
Okay.
And then Mother Lode, of course,
Yep.
Aspen, Colorado. I'll be doing center court there. And guys, I live on the beach, and it's going to be a lot more beach than indoor, but it is my honor, duty, and privilege, and I'm humbled to come to Hawaii and just watch some really just feisty fighting, talented, tough serving, never give up Hawaiian talent, right?
Right. Just going to a different part of the country and seeing how they do volleyball there, and walking away with a great appreciation for it.
Yep.
Awesome people here, just the Mahalo spirit, just a lot of love and good energy out here. So
Here.
yeah, it's been exciting, and we've had fun.
Yep.
And subscribe to this guy to hear everything volleyball.
I love it. Yep. Yeah, the Option Podcast. Everything's on the same NY Varsity Sports channel. So for my man, Leon Blazer, I'm Jason DeBias. Honor, duty, privilege. And I'll see you later.
Bye-bye. Thanks, man.